I was called a fraud farmer. I don't think so. In all seriousness, I was called a fraud farmer online. And while I'm not going to give any highlight to the person that made this claim, what I'm really going to touch on is just the idea of what has kind of been brewing on social media and in our cultural zeitgeist of the term play tending or play acting. Now, the term play acting goes way back. It goes back hundreds of years to where there were actors that were essentially acting as a character, but only in character. As soon as the camera was off or as soon as the scene was over, they went back to their everyday life or back to their original personality. It can be incredibly frustrating to someone that does not have as thick of skin as me to be called fake. And I think it also is very common for us to look on social media and see so many examples of, whether it be on Instagram or on TikTok or even on YouTube, where someone in fact is kind of pretending to be something. And that's not really, I'm not even going to touch on those things because we all know that there can be fake actors. We can all see examples of someone who is play tending. But it's when we're caught up, when people like you and people like me are caught up in the kind of the tide that washes in, and we're all just swept out into this big sea of fake. We're all put under one umbrella of fake. So to first address this criticism, I do want to touch on a couple things. One is that the criticism was essentially levied at me to say that I had essentially no part in the actual farm and that I was simply turning on the camera and the work was happening behind the scenes. Well, I can safely say that yes, work is happening behind the scenes as indicated by Jen on the tractor. But that doesn't mean that I don't partake in that work. In fact, I spend probably the bulk majority of my time on the tractor or mowing grass or tying up tomatoes or tending to the bees or any of the other numerous chores, weeding the beds that go on our farm. So that's just flat out not true. But I'm not going to sit here and defend my character because then, that ultimately just makes me look like I'm getting defensive over someone's comment, and that just fuels more allegations of being a fake farmer. What I really want to touch on is the idea that I don't really care that there are people that are quote unquote fake. What I actually can appreciate is that someone is willing to give it a try. You see, I'll give you this example. We went to Mexico. My wife, she was born in the United States, but her family is from Mexico. She's a first generation born Mexican American. And when I go to Mexico, I know poquito. I know a little bit of Spanish, poquito español. I am going to the country and I am trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn Spanish every day. And not one person, when I went to Mexico, said, "Oh, you're fake. You're pretending to be Spanish." Trust me, I'm not pretending to be anything. I'm just going to show respect to speak their language, and I want to try my best to kind of assimilate to that culture, learn that culture, speak their language, understand kind of the nuances of their culture. But no one called me fake because I couldn't fluently speak Spanish. In fact, they were flattered by that. And so to use that as an example for gardening and farming, if someone shows up on social media and they are in their garden and their garden is done completely by somebody else and they're super ultra wealthy and they're just showing their garden and they're pretending all this stuff, do I really care? No. And the reason why I don't is because they are in fact showing gardening content. They are in fact bringing gardening content to the masses. Might it be in a way that I don't fully love? Sure. Like, I don't fully love the fact that maybe they're portraying gardening as like something that only the wealthy can do. Or maybe I don't agree with the fact that maybe they're portraying gardening as easier than it actually is. Like, I might disagree with certain points. Absolutely. That's fine. A video or a content will rarely be exactly what I would do. Otherwise, I would be doing it. But the fact is that they're bringing awareness to those that might not know about gardening and bringing them into the potential of maybe having a garden. I also am not offended by someone having a garden, but then also having stuff that's non-gardening related. I think we're so often told that we have to be all in or all out. And it's this black and white, this dividing line where you're either in or you're out. And I think that's a very dangerous mentality to take, because I, for one, don't fall into that all in or all out. Kind of the stereotypes around the stereotypical farmer or the stereotypical gardener. If you look at the demographic of what makes up a farmer or what makes up a gardener, you can try to create these stereotypes, but I would guarantee you that probably 99% of the people that quote unquote farm have outliers that set them apart from the stereotype, the norm, okay? So if I look at farming, right? Do farmers have tractors? Does that make us a farmer? Okay? Well, I have a tractor, but I was just up north visiting farms, beautiful farms, where they didn't use a tractor. They used a BCS rototiller. They were cultivating on a small scale, hyper-organic, hyper-local, bio-intense, beautiful, absolutely incredible 9-bean rows. If you want evidence, go check out 9-bean rows. Not a tractor in sight. Are they farmers because they don't use a tractor? So if a tractor or not a tractor, maybe that doesn't make you a farmer. Is it that I don't wear pants? Because in this video, someone called me out and said, Luke is not a farmer. No farmer wears shorts. I don't know where that became a critique of what makes a farmer and what doesn't. Sure, I see lots of farmers wearing pants. Maybe that's for safety reasons. Maybe that's for personal preference. Maybe it's for ticks. Who knows? But if the clothing that I'm wearing can dictate whether I am or whether I am not a farmer, is, to be honest, quite crazy. And you're gonna find outliers where maybe I'm a farmer that likes wearing shorts. Maybe I'm a farmer that doesn't wear a hat, right? We have to be so careful putting these stereotypes on. It's like every farmer I've ever seen has worn a hat, so if you're not wearing a hat, you're not a farmer. Country music. To be honest, I can tolerate country music. I don't love country music. Does that make me not a farmer? Because I don't listen to country music? I like alternative rock. Maybe I'm a farmer that likes alternative rock. I don't think that the type of music you listen to makes you a fraud or a fake. I think it just puts you in a different outlier group or a different cultural group of farmers. I think that's totally appropriate to say. The next point that I want to make is that your status is not being taken away by somebody else. This is something that I don't think is being explicitly said, but like directly said, but I do think it's being implied. Now, I'll go here, okay? I've seen, especially in like the homesteading movement, someone say, this person online is making sourdough bread on the weekends. They are not a homesteader. They're claiming to be a homesteader, but they're only making sourdough bread on the weekends, but then they go back to their 9-to-5 corporate job. They send their kids off to public school. None of their kids have ever slept with a hand-quilted blanket. On the other hand, my kids have had a hand-quilted blanket. All 9 kids that were all home births that have been raised on raw milk, have hand-churned butter. We have a kefir that's for culturing yogurt and other cultured foods in our pantry. We make our own sourdough. Everything comes within a 5-mile radius of our circle. And by the way, all our kids are homeschooled. We are homesteaders. And that person is disenfranchising us or taking our title away because they are pretending to be homesteading. I think, and that's a very extreme example, but even that example I have seen. Trust me. I have seen this time and time and time again, where someone essentially takes a stance that their status is being taken away from them because someone is doing something that might be not quite all in, right? Are they all in on homesteading because they only make sourdough on the weekends? And that's the only aspect of homesteading that they portray? Maybe you could say they're not a homesteader. But for me, I'm not going to make that claim, because to take that status away from someone just so I can have that status is equally as immature and equally as silly. I go to this example, golfing. I love golf, but because I like golf, does not make Jordan Spieth or Bryson DeChambeau or Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy any less of a golfer. They wouldn't give a rat's behind what I was doing or who I was or how bad of a golfer I am. I'm not winning any tournaments. It doesn't make them any less of a golfer. We're both golfing. And I think that that is so vital that we recognize that what someone does not take anything away from us. What we need to do is we need to encourage, we need to promote, but we also need to take pride, right? We need to take pride in what we do, because that's ultimately the thing that sets us apart. Is if we're proud of what we do, it doesn't matter what someone else is doing. We're proud of what we're doing. We're proud of the steps we're taking. It doesn't have to be a black and white, all in, all out topic. I don't know anything that ever fits into that category. And on top of that, someone doing something that they like to do, even in their most minimal form of that topic, doesn't take anything away from me, doesn't make me any less of what I am. You, the viewer, dictate a lot of what gets shown. If you click a video that highlights harvesting fruit, you love your harvest videos, but you don't click something that maybe it's like, come weed the farm with me. We've done so many videos that you all haven't clicked on or watched. I'm not offended by that. I'm not offended by that at all, because I know that the content that I create is not always going to cater to everyone. It never will. Sometimes it goes against the algorithm, and it's just something that I want to show. It's something that I want to highlight. We did a video on honeybees. How many of you seen that video? If you're not interested in bees, you didn't click it, right? And I think oftentimes the content that we consume the most of is the content that content creators are the most influenced to produce. Apples are not the most popular topic. Tomatoes, on the other hand, if I made a video about tomatoes, you probably would have clicked it. And that's a trickle-down effect where someone that is maybe more influenced to produce content that they want people to watch, maybe they're more motivated to produce content that you want to watch, they're only going to show one thing. And to the outside world, that one thing is just that one thing. And that's all they do. And that must mean they're a fraud because they don't do all these other things. But maybe let's just stop for a quick second, not jump to conclusions, and realize that maybe, just maybe, there could be a certain percentage of frauds, but I think the general population of people out here doing what I'm doing or doing something similar, they might be doing a lot of things off camera. They might be doing a lot of things not even on camera at all. Maybe they don't even produce content, and they just don't highlight all the things they're doing. They only highlight some of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you all learned something new. It's a darn good apple. We'll catch you all later. I'm gonna get back to farming. All right, grow bigger. Take care. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting migardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care.